A photograph appears online, just a newborn wrapped in a soft blanket, eyes barely open. Within hours, the most powerful man in the city, a billionaire CEO, stares at the image and whispers words no one expected. "Is this my child?" The world holds its breath as one woman's quiet post threatens to shake an empire. The room was silent when the CEO's voice broke through, trembling yet firm. "Is this my child?" he asked, pointing at the screen where a newborn's photo had gone viral. The internet had seen it first. Tiny fingers curled around a blanket, the soft glow of life beginning. But for him, the image was more than beautiful. It was haunting, as if a hidden truth he had tried to bury had suddenly returned. The mother who posted the picture was not famous. She lived in a modest apartment, working long hours to provide for her child. Her hands were tired, her nights restless, but when she looked into her baby's eyes, she felt the strength of an entire world resting in her arms. She had not sought attention. All she wanted was to celebrate life, to share her gratitude for a blessing that kept her going. But her past carried a shadow. Years ago, she had met a man under circumstances that changed everything. He was powerful, surrounded by wealth, but she had seen him not for his riches but for his humanity. For a brief moment, their lives had touched. Then, without explanation, he disappeared, leaving behind silence and unanswered questions. She never pursued him, never asked for help. Her dignity was her shield. Now, fate had pulled their stories back together. The CEO, known for commanding boardrooms with an iron will, suddenly felt powerless before a simple photograph. The world expected him to deny, to dismiss, to bury the story. But he could not ignore the eyes staring back at him through the screen, the same eyes he once saw in the mirror. As whispers spread online, people watched silently. Some judged the mother, calling her desperate. Others pitied her, assuming she sought wealth. Yet she remained quiet. She never spoke against him, never demanded anything. Her silence was her answer, her strength. She knew the truth lived in her child, and that was enough. The tension grew as the CEO decided to confront her. His car pulled up to her modest street. Neighbors peeked through windows, their breath held as power walked into simplicity. He entered her small apartment, the air heavy with unspoken words. She held her child close, her eyes calm, her heart steady. He expected anger. He expected accusations. But she gave him neither. Instead, she whispered softly, "This is my child. Whether you claim him or not, he will grow with love." Her words struck deeper than any demand ever could. They carried dignity, strength, and quiet defiance. In that moment, the man who owned skyscrapers and controlled industries felt smaller than ever. Silence filled the room until the baby stirred, reaching out a tiny hand toward him. Something broke within the CEO. He realized that power was not measured by money or titles. It was measured by presence, by responsibility, by love. For years, he had lived behind walls of glass and steel, untouchable, unreachable. But here in this small apartment, he felt the weight of true accountability. He whispered words that would echo far beyond those walls. Every child deserves a father's presence. "I will not walk away again." Neighbors who had gathered outside later described the scene not as confrontation, but as transformation. A man, once hardened by power, stood humbled by the innocence of a child. A woman, once abandoned, stood taller than empires through her quiet strength. The photo that began as a simple celebration became a symbol shared across the world. A reminder that dignity speaks louder than demands, and silence can carry more power than words. As the story closed, one truth remained unforgettable. Titles fade. Wealth crumbles. But a child's need for love never ends. And so, a single photo awakened a conscience, and a mother's quiet strength reshaped a life. What do you think matters most? A person's power or their presence? Share your thoughts in the comments and tell us where you're watching from. If this story moved you, subscribe for more stories that honor dignity, resilience, and the unseen strength of everyday heroes.